Hello everybody, and welcome back to your #1 spot for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem news and information. I am Mr. 901 Tommy Jackson, official Maestro of content for Looney Tunes World of Mayhem. And the question we have for you today, are you naughty or are you nice? That's right, the naughty list and the nice list teams are officially in the game. Not all the characters are released yet, but we did get some patch notes on yesterday talking about the reworked tune kits for the team members of Santa Chungus Claus and Krampus Dog. Let's jump over to the blog post and take a look. Alright, so our last patch notes before the holidays is packed with reworks for the naughty list and nice list teams, along with including them into our tower rotation. Also, if you look in your game right now, as a lot of you guys pointed out, those tunes are in the game. Santa Chungus, as well as Krampus Dog, and Horny Conductor Elmer is also there. So take a look at that. All right, let's jump into the tune kits and check out these reworks here. First up is Holiday Bugs. Move to the new nice list theme, increase base stats. It doesn't tell you what they've increased to. Just says they've increased. If you've gotten any word on what they were increased to or have any idea, let me know in the comments down below. Bad Kids now also grants team members defense up while in Alliance R&D, and that's something that you're going to see. The way this is set up, this naughty list, nice list teams, they're set up, they feel like they're set up for Acme R&D. They get a bonus for that. Certain things, especially the healing over time that you'll see here in a minute, are going to lend them to be pretty good in that mode, from at least what we've seen from the Solid 10. So deal 110% damage to target enemy, inflicting chili, and 2 random stat downs for 2 turns, while in Alliance R&D, grant your team defense up for 4 turns as well, which could really come in helpful. Stuffed no longer requires debuffs to heal, grants defense up, and now can remove debuffs. So you'll gain taunt and 4 defense up for 2 turns, healing for 20% max health. If this tune is 4 or more debuffs, cleanse 1 debuff. It does have a cooldown reduced to 2 as opposed to what it was before. Then we've got Merry Christmas damage scaling was reviewed, and also flips buffs from silenced enemies. So you deal 135% damage to target enemy, stunning them. Then flip 2 buffs for each stunned or silenced enemy. And that's another kind of theme, the stunned and silenced throughout this team. And they do have a pretty cool little mechanic you'll see here in just a minute. The Gift of Giving effect was reworked. At the end of this tune's turn, for each ally above 70% health, gains defense up for 2 turns. If Chungus Claus is an ally, add a random stat up to all team members' gift bags at the end of this tune's turn. And that's something that really has to do with the Chungus Claus mechanic. Basically, the way it looks right now, and of course it could change, but it looks like a certain point, a passive goes off and your team has accrued all of these gifts, which are in the form of stat ups, and essentially, bam, you've got them. So we're going to take a lot closer look at that as we get the sneak peeks for Chungus Claus. Yeah, that one. The Christmas intervention now triggers when nice team members are hit. Whenever an enemy deals a critical hit to a nice list team member, inflict them with deny critical chance, stun, and deal 50% damage to the first enemy that deals a critical hit to an ally. So that's super interesting, and with the new gadgets that, you know, you're stacking crit chance, that could be really, really helpful. Relationships are now friendship with nice list, rivalry with naughty list. Let's go to Elf Daffy. Move to new nice list theme, increase base stats. Production line effect and scaling were reviewed. Deal 100% damage to target enemy, gaining 10% turn meter for each silenced or stunned enemy. Magic Dust effect was reworked. Heals all team members for 100% heal power, flipping all debuffs on them. Grant 2 critical chance up to all nice list team members. While in Alliance R&D, grant 2 critical chance up to all nice list team members for the rest of the battle instead. And you do score more points in R&D for critical hits, so there you go. Deadline now also stuns the target. Stun target enemy. Granting all allies 3 speed up for 2 turns, gain 30% turn meter. Not bad. Warranty now also triggers when receiving flip, an extra effect if Chungus Claws is an ally. Whenever an ally has a buff removed, stolen, or flipped, grant that ally 30% turn meter. If Chungus Claws is an ally, add a random stat up to all team members' gift bags. That's going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on some footage of Chungus Claws just to see how that works out. If you haven't already done it, make sure you hit that bell and that subscribe button, because you know we'll be dropping that sneak peek just as soon as the embargo is lifted. Keep it up effect was reworked. Whenever an ally attacks a stunned or silenced enemy, which should happen a lot, or lands a critical hit, grant them a random non-taunt buff for 5 turns. That's pretty strong. Whenever this tune attacks a stunned or silenced enemy, or lands a critical hit, heal your team for 20% max health, which, in theory, again, should happen a lot. And of course, relationship, friendship with nice list, rivalry with naughty list. Let's take a look at Reindeer Roadrunner. It's a lot of things we got to get to. Move to the new nice list theme, increase base stats. Silent Night now also removes taunt from silenced enemies. At the start of this tune's turn, for each silenced enemy, heal all team members for 25% heal power, cleansing 2 debuffs from each, then remove taunt from any silenced enemy. So you would basically set it up with a silence, knock the taunt off after that. Then Reindeer Roadrunner also has a new Alliance R&D skill. While in Alliance R&D, this tune gains speed up for 3 turns when damaging a boss enemy. Grants all team members healing over time at the start of this tune's turn, and gains hidden whenever a team member loses taunt. This right here, this is the big one right here, I think, for the Alliance R&D. This is going to help you a ton. At least with this first boss, we know this healing over time is going to help. Then we've got Scrooge Yosemite Sam. Now we're on to the naughty list. Move to the naughty list theme, increase base stats. Again, we don't have a breakdown of that. Bad Spirits now steals non-taunt buffs. Deal 110% damage to target enemy, stealing 2 non-taunt buffs. Mystery Box scaling was reviewed, and when no enemy is silenced, silences a random enemy. Deal 95% damage to all enemies, stunning the target enemy. If no enemy is silenced, silence a random enemy is, as well. So again, that silence theme rolling. Greedy scaling was reviewed and also grants extra stat up to naughty list tunes. Grant all team members 5 to 10 special stat ups for 2 turns. Woof. If they're on the naughty list tunes, grant them 3 random stat ups as well. So you've got the special stat ups and just the regular random stat ups. Old Scrooge packing a punch here, at least as far as that goes. Pick and Run now cleanses stun from the first ally that receives it. That is very similar to Lunar Petunia, who is phenomenal in cases where you're going up against stun teams. Whenever an ally is inflicted with stun, grant them 75% turn meter, cleanse stun from the first ally affected with it. Nice! It's only going to do it that first time, that one time it looks like. But that can be the difference. Christmas is Over now triggers when an enemy is silenced and has an extra effect while in an endurance tower. Whenever an enemy is inflicted with silence, this tune steals 3 non-taunt buffs from it, while in endurance tower, steal an additional non-taunt buff. And it did say that they were going to be added to those towers in this blog post. Archetype skill was updated to Cloak and Dagger. So this tune has 15% attack and speed. Relationships are now, of course, friendship with naughty list, rivalry with nice. Then we go to the Gothamer. Move to naughty list theme, increase base stats. Earnest protection scaling was reviewed and now always deals undodgeable damage. Deal an undodgeable 125% damage to an enemy. If this tune is silenced, hit all enemies instead. So then it becomes an AoE that's undodgeable? Possibly. That's the way it's reading. We'll see. Nice. Secret Pain no longer allows critical hits while silenced. While silenced, this tune has plus 35% attack, defense, and speed, and 50% piercing, but cannot deal a critical hit. It's because he's boosted up so much. Otherwise, that would be bonkers. But okay, that's cool. Bound by Sorrow now also grants heal over time while in Endurance Tower. And that's kind of something that you'll see. It's like the nice list looks like Acme R&D. The naughty list looks like Endurance Tower. I don't hate it, guys. I don't hate it. The first time each ally gains silence or falls below 50% health, hide them and gain 5 speed up. While in Endurance Tower, grant that ally healing over time as well, and of course friendship with naughty list, rivalry with nice. Then we've got Ghost of Christmas Tazz. Already Ghost Christmas Tazz was kind of bonkers, at least whenever the computer owned him. Increase base stats, move to naughty list, new legendary skill, Take Heed. For each naughty list team members, all enemies have plus 25% chance to be silenced the first time they fall below 50% max health. Naughty list team members are healed for 20% max health whenever an enemy is silenced. So that's going to be big right there. Bony Finger silence lasts 2 turns while in Endurance Tower. So deal 110% damage to target enemy, silencing them. While in Endurance Tower, silence for 2 turns instead. So a little bonus there in the tower. Icy Premonition now freezes all silenced enemies. This tune loses hidden at the start of its turn. Whenever it loses hidden, freeze all silenced enemies at the start of each silenced enemy's turn, gain hidden. I mean, you're in a loop right there. He's, you know, I don't think they've taken anything off of him as of yet. Lay bare thy soul now silences the target enemy. So, I mean, he's silencing all day long. Deal 150% damage to target enemy, silencing them for 2 turns. Then Blood Runs Cold now grants critical damage for each silenced enemy. This tune has plus 25% critical damage for each silenced enemy and has 100% resistance to chili and freeze. So that gives him a little utility there. I know a lot of people like using Yeti Gossamer in Brawl. For thee, all thee now grants stat ups for each silenced enemy. Deal 110% damage to all enemies, gaining a random stat up for the rest of the battle for each silenced enemy this hits. This can be a critical. So, and that's what it looks like. It looks like Silence Be Thy Name for the naughty list team for sure. And the nice list. Relationships, of course, are now friendship with naughty list, rivalry with nice list. They had some bug fixes here, added naughty list theme to Sea Devil and Vampire Ralph, so this actually falls under other changes. But you'll see naughty list in the Sea Devil and Vampire Ralph Endurance Tower. The nice list was also added to the Sea Devil's Endurance Tower. I know that was a lot of information, guys. I know there were a lot of reworks, but you got to think we had 2 teams reworked with 2 new tunes coming out very, very soon. Are these buffs? I think so for the most part. At least these tunes are usable. They've taken a lot of tunes and I mean, let's just be honest. They were kind of collecting dust, right? They've taken a lot of these tunes here, and I don't know, giving them a little breath of life with these reworks. I think it's a good thing. We'll see how this actually all connects once we get Chungus Claws and Krampus Dog, which I'm really hype about. But let me know what you think about these reworks and these teams in the comments down below. And as always, guys, if you want to help out the channel or this channel's helped you out at all, then do us a favor, hit that subscribe button, bang the hell out of that bell so that you always get notified for a brand new video or live stream. Because every single time an event drops, we go live right here on YouTube. And until next time, rise up, Jack's Army. Stay loony. Don't forget to throw a like on this thing while you're here. and we'll catch you down this old Christmas time road.